just from times when I'll say or do the completely wrong thing and be totally horrified. There are times when I'm just like, thank God I'm a writer, because I'm just going to use that and put that in a story, because I can't be the only person that thought that. I'm a realist, and I love realism. And so my inspiration has always come from watching people around me. I love people, and I don't mean that in a like job interview, like I'm a people person kind of way, because I'm not really a people person at all, but I love people, and I love how messed up they are, and the crazy dumb mistakes they make, and the choices that go completely wrong. And I'm so fascinated by that. I love how flawed we all are. I just think it's amazing. I'm a big like pen to paper person. So usually the way my process works is I do first drafts onto paper. My second draft technically is like into the computer. And as I'm typing from my paper draft into the computer, I also am editing. So it's almost like a second draft by the time it gets into the computer. So usually I edit like this, where I will print a story out and it looks just like this, where it's like, there's usually like marks and highlights and giant cuts and crazy scrawled notes on the back and crazy bright, like, this is what I do. So I'll be like walking around the house and I'll be like, oh, I gotta remember to put a whatever about the wave in. And so I'll write wave on a Post-it and then like put it here. I love editing. Editing is really fun to me. The creation part sometimes seems like just like walking up a steep hill. But editing is completely fun. Like, it just reminds me of surfing. Not that I've ever surfed, but just like the wave is already there and you just get to like dance on it. So, but then the shitty part of editing is what I have to do with this story, which is I have to go like super high up and ask big philosophical questions because something isn't working. So I have to ask, like, I don't know that I've figured out whose story it is. There's two characters in it. So I have to figure out whose story it is, and I have to figure out why the story is being told right now inside the story. Because without that, it's not working. I feel like I'm done. I started writing what I consider late, which is at the age of 27. I didn't grow up thinking I wanted to be a writer or could be a writer, or never crossed my mind. Looking back, I see that I did really like books, but other than that, like, there were no indications at all. So because I started at age 27, I just sort of jumped right into a writing class that was basically a writing workshop. And our first assignment was go home and write a short story, come back and share it with the class, which was, I was like, okay, but I'm here to see, you're going to teach me how to write a short story. And the teaching was like, well, go home and write a short story. So I did that. And so because I first started writing in the workshop environment, I feel pretty comfortable doing it. I majored in philosophy, but I sort of minored in photography, which I'm so grateful now for, because the other place I get stories from is like, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I'll be walking around town or driving around town or whatever, and I'll see two people talking, whatever, under a tree in front of a tennis court. And my brain like takes a picture, and as soon as I don't even know how to explain it. As soon as I take the picture and it's like held in time, then my brain starts making a story about it. And that is really where I have derived a lot of my stories from. So for me, that's the thing I get the most excited about, is those weird times when I just like, when the picture goes off and my brain just like creates a story. Hi, I'm Margaret Malone, and I write fiction and memoir. This is the book that was just finished, and then this is my journal that's like always with me all the time. And my dictionary. I use a dictionary. I hope this is not embarrassing. I know I can do it online, but I can't I have to, and there's like duct tape. Anyway, this was my mom's dictionary when she was young.